Guys, this is Emapreneur and welcome to the authorship mentorship training. And this is actually our very first training on authorship. And guys, in this training I'm going to show you exactly how I actually do my books, how you can actually get started as an author, and many other things, right? So guys, you must make sure that before you jump into the next module of this authorship session, ensure that you complete this authorship session, because by the end of this training I'm gonna share with you some tips and principles that you must follow, and I'm gonna give out bonuses. All right, so ensure that you reach to the end so that you don't actually miss out on those bonuses. Okay, so I give you instructions, right? Number one instruction: watch this first training to the end, because it's gonna actually stand as a pillar of all the trainings that are gonna come through. All right, so for you to understand the second training, the third training, and the trainings to come, you must actually have a complete information about this training. And number two, you can ask any questions, all right, in the groups on WhatsApp, on Telegram, and other groups that you actually have. Bring in your questions if at all you feel like something in this training was a bit techy and hard to understand, and I'm gonna answer all your questions right now. Okay, so we begin, and again, once more, welcome guys to the authorship training. Okay, authors are authorities. Okay, I believe authors are authorities. Welcome to the Emapreneur authorship community. All right, so if you are actually an author in any industry, it could be the healthy industry, the wealthy industry, it could be the relationships industry. If you've actually written content about it, okay, people will consider you as an authority in that industry. And now I'm gonna share with you some tips and principles on how I actually became an author, and how you can also be an author and start writing content for yourself, right? So you can see here, who is an author? Okay, we can't actually discuss authorship without knowing who an author is. Okay, according to Emapreneur, an author is someone who can bring out unique ideas and creativity and compile in writing for the purpose of sending out a unique message or story to a target group of people. All right, as an author, not everybody is your target audience. Okay, as an author, you have a specific target audience that you are sending out a particular message to, a unique message. All right, it could be that you talk about love, dating, and relationships. Okay, so your target audience now are people who are actually getting into love, getting into dating and relationships and stuff like that. And you think of creatives. Okay, what can I write about this niche, about this industry? Okay, if at all you are in the wealthy niche, okay, you think of things that help people to make money. It could be making money online, it could be making money as a cook, it could be making money as a writer, it could be making money as a graphic designer, it could be making money as a salesperson and stuff like that. So you draw your niche and your sub niche, and now you pick out your category that you want to write about. Okay, then you bring in those ideas. All right, so that's who an author is, according to me, according to Emapreneur. All right, so why should you become an author? All right, as I said earlier, authors are considered as authorities. All right, when you are an author, you are an authority. You've got power, okay, to actually dictate how that particular industry works. All right, if you are an author, people see you as somebody who knows so much about that particular niche or industry. All right, so authors are considered as masters in their areas of expertise. Okay, if you've been in an industry for a good number of time, okay, and you've written a book about that industry, obviously people are going to consider you as a master, as somebody who knows a lot about that industry, and as somebody they can learn from. All right, so do you have to be a great writer to be an author? All right, do you have to be a great writer to be an author? To be an author, you don't really have to be a great writer. To be an author, all you need is to have a unique message, a unique idea that you want to send out to the world, that you want to, a unique message you want to articulate to the world, a unique value you want to articulate to the world. Okay, let me give you an example. If at all, I'm passionate about the youth, okay, and I feel there is an idea, there is a principle, there is a system I want to send out to the youths, okay, I can decide to put that in writing. Okay, let's say for example, youths are going astray, and I've got a message that I believe can touch the hearts of youths and bring them into alignment with the purpose, with the vision. All right, I can come up with a book or whatever, or some form of content. Okay, like my newest book, the book that I'm currently working on, 21 lessons from the 21 odd. Okay, 21 lessons from the 21 odd, meaning 21 lessons from the 21 odd guy. So now this is a message from a youth to the youth, okay? A message that a youth is sending out to the youth. A unique message, okay? What should a youth get to know? What should a youth get to understand? As a youth, okay, how should you be growing? How do you live your life? What should you focus on? Okay, what's the purpose? How are you growing? Okay, what do you wish to achieve, to accomplish? What's your routine? All right, it's a unique message that you are sending out to a target audience. All right, you can target your audience. Okay, remember, as an author, in as much as you are writing your book, you are not selling to everybody. You are selling to your target audience. Think of your target audience, okay? You can be in the relationships niche, but are you selling your book to youths who are getting into dating? Are you selling your book to married people? Are you selling your book to people who are facing divorce? Okay, what's a sub niche? All right, you don't have to be a great writer to become an author. You just need a unique message that you want the world to hear, and you start working on that. All right, simple. You just need a unique message that you want the world to hear, and you work on it again and again, over and over, just like that. That is authorship, according to Emapreneur. So how I structure my books, okay? So you need a very, very good system that you use to structure your books. You don't just wake up from bed and be like, okay, I want to write a book. The question is, how are you going to structure your books? Okay, #1, think of what I want to write about. I think of what I want to write about myself. What do you want to write about? Do you want to write about dating? Do you want to write about marriage? Do you want to write about divorce? Do you want to write about how to make money online? Do you want to write about skill sets that can make people millionaires? What do you want to write about? Think of that. #2, I think of what could be the best eye-catching cover and book title. All right? Think of what could be the best eye-catching cover and book title. So how I personally do this myself is that I write books mostly in personal development and where growth is involved. All right, so I look at, okay, how many people have written books in this industry, in this area, in this niche, in this category, okay, in personal development, in self-worth, self-growth, okay. And now I check out their book titles. I read their books, their content. Okay, I get inspiration from people who've done it way bigger than me. And now I ask myself a question: how can I do it uniquely, my own way, the Emapreneur style? How can I do it the Emapreneur style? Okay, how can I do it better? How can I advance it? Okay. So if you don't think of advancing, what you must get to understand is that the world is constantly changing and evolving. The world is constantly advancing. The world is constantly improving. So the fact that you are here and right now, it gives you more leverage, because there were people who have been there before, who have left clues for you, who have left, foundational programs for you, who have left foundational information for you. So you can pick it up from there and ask yourself a question: how can I do it better? How can I do it better? That is exactly how I structure my books. Okay, so number 3, I think of the table of content. What do I want to put in my book? Okay, what should be the content? I write down a bunch of content and be like, okay, if I make it like this, how about I do it this way? How about do it this way? How about doing this and this? That is how I structure my books. Communicate your message uniquely, okay? You need to create your own unique style of communicating your message, of articulating your message, okay? How are you going to present yourself in a way that people are gonna fall in love with you? They're gonna fall in love with your book. They're gonna fall in love with what you do. They're going to always want to incline themselves to you. So how can you communicate your message so good that people fall in love with you? They fall in love with your message. They fall in love with what you do, okay? They get into agreement, into alignment with the vision that you are seeing with you. How do you do that, okay? So this is what you must also ask yourself before you write a book. How to choose a book title, all right? Very important, how to choose a book title. Okay, so think of the niche you want to major in. I talked about the wealthy niche, healthy niche, and relationships, okay? So when you think of your niche now, the question is how to choose your book title, okay? How do I choose my book title? Number one, again, I talked about something that is eye capturing, something that is catchy, all right? Think of a book title that is catchy. So look at my book, 21 lessons from the 21 odd. Not 21 lessons from the 90 odd, but okay, what does this 21 odd know? Okay, what does this 21 odd know? Okay, so I'm gonna show you my book. I'm gonna show you my book just right in this lesson. Okay, I'm teaching you here. That's how you choose your book title. You think of something that is catchy, something that is captivating, something that is going to, that's going to drive people into wanting to open the book, okay? Your book title is meant to get people to open the book. It's meant to get people to tell you, hey, you know what? Take my money. Give me this book. I want to read this book, okay? So now, what is that thing that you can put on your book as first impression to get people to say, hey, take my money, I want this book? That is what you must think of. That is exactly what you must think of. Have you ever seen books titled Secrets of the Millionaire Mind? Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. So like, wow, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. So obviously, if I read this book, I'll get to understand and to know what millionaires know and how millionaires think, right? If you read a book titled How to Sell Your Way Through Life. This book was written by Napoleon Hills. How to Sell Your Way Through Life. So you'll be like, okay, if I read this book, I'm going to learn how to sell my way through life. I'm going to learn how to sell my worth through life. How do I go through life? That's the book. All right? So think of the niche you want to major in, okay? Before you write your book title and before you write your content and stuff like that, think of the best eye-capturing book title. What do I write about myself? Okay, what do I write about myself? I myself, I write about personal development, which is self-help, okay? Books that talk about growthy, books that talk about finances, books that talk about personal development, books that talks about life, anything that has to do with growthy, okay? I don't write fictitious books, okay? I don't write about fiction. I only write about personal development, growthy, finances, things like that. Relationship with God, relationship with men, and such kinds of book. That is what I write about. How to create a book cover, okay? How to create a book cover. So here I'm gonna show you exactly how to create a book cover. And by the time you actually are done with this session, I want you to do your very own book cover and send it to me, okay? I check it out, okay? So I personally use Canva and other tools to create my book covers, and I'm going to show you exactly how that is done. So I'm going to show you exactly how I actually... Alright guys, so I'm actually here on Google. So what you're supposed to do is that you have to open your Google on on Chrome or whatever browser that you use, and I'm gonna search Canva right here, and I'm gonna search Canva, and boom, it's gonna load me to Canva, and you're gonna see this is Canva right here, and it's loading me right now. I'm gonna see how I actually do my book designs. Okay, so by the time I'm done here, guys, you're gonna know exactly how to start creating your very own book cover. So if you don't have Canva on your phone, it's going to ask you to sign up with Canva. That is very easy. You can just put in your email, put in your name, or whatever they're gonna ask you to put in, and boom, they're gonna send you an email to your email inbox and for verification. And once you do your verification, it's gonna bring you to a dashboard like this one. Very good. All right, and when you reach this point, what you're supposed to do is just come here, we're saying create design, right? Create design, and when you come there where it's written create design, you are supposed to look for something like I'm gonna show you right away. Document US newsletter, something like this. Document a US newsletter, and I'm gonna click just there, and it's gonna load me a bit, and it's gonna load me a bit. All right, so once it's done loading, actually it's gonna bring me to a space where I can now start designing my very own book cover and download the book right into my system, right? And yeah, so this is exactly the space right here. So no, this is the space right here, and this is exactly where I'm going to actually start editing my book cover from. So you can see here there are a lot of templates, right? A bunch of templates right here you can choose from. So for the purpose of this training, I'm gonna choose just a random template, but for you can actually explore through all these bunch of templates and pick a template that you feel is actually going to be good for whatever book that you want to design, right? So you can see, boom, this is actually the template I'm going to be using, right? And I'm going to flip my phone here because I want a very good space, a very huge space that I can work on, right? Right. So let me just do this. Let me just remove it on desktop site, and yeah, it's gonna load me a bit. Right? Okay, it's loading, and you're gonna see how it's gonna look like right there, right here. This is where I'm gonna be doing, that's where I'm going to edit my book from, right? And okay, so let me just try to do this again. Okay, so boom, this is actually the book I want to write about. So you can see here it gives you access to actually edit these words, right? So you can see here I want to edit this word, so I can just click here where it's saying edit, right? So I'm gonna click here where it's saying edit. So let me think of a book title right away. So boom, I've thought of a book title, and you're gonna see what I'm gonna write here. I'm gonna write skill sets, okay, skill sets, right? Boom, I'm gonna see, I'm gonna do it like this. Skill sets okay, skill sets, let me just do this quickly. Millionaires, right? So you can pull this like this, okay, let me just do it this way. You can pull this like this, you can pull it this way like that, you can reduce it like this, and place it at any point you want to, right? And I'm gonna edit this, and I'm gonna say that make people millionaires. millionaires, right? So you can see here what I've done, right? So I can decide to do this, right? I can decide to do this. I can decide to place it anywhere I want to. I can decide to make it a bit large, right? Like this, like that, like that. This is exactly how I did, right? You can see how I've done it, and I can decide to make this a bit smaller, like this. Boom. Okay. Let me try to drag this like that. So guys, you are seeing how I actually edit my books, right? So since me, I'm just doing this for the purpose of this training, yours should be actually very good, right? Your book cover should actually come out perfectly and very nice, because you're gonna have all the time to to do the edit. Me, I'm actually doing it this fast because I don't want this video training to be unnecessarily long, right? Because you guys are gonna get bored if this video is unnecessarily long. You can see a very simple, says skill sets that make people millionaires, right? So you can see here, guys, when you look at down here and you move this a bit, you're gonna see you're saying edit font. So you can change your font, you can change your text style, you can change your color right there. You can change your color to whatever color you want it to, right? You can see here I'm changing my color here. You can see I'm changing it like that and like that, like that, to whatever color that I want to, right? And like this, like that, like this, like that. Okay. So you can see you can change your color to whatever color that you want your book to be like, right? So if you move it here again, you're gonna see where it's saying transparency. If you want to some ways to be a bit transparent, you can do that, right? And you can see a position, whether you want the way to be at the back or in the front or whatever, and a lot more other things, right? So now, boom, if you can also do this here if you want to, if you want to bring out these words down here, and you can click on edit, and I can just put in my name here. I'm gonna just put in Emapreneur for the sake of this training and to avoid making it unnecessarily long, right? So you can see here saying skill sets that make people millionaire. Okay, so it's supposed to be millionaires, right? So it's because I said people, so it's supposed to be millionaires. And I'm gonna drag this like this. You can see, boom, skill sets that make people millionaires. And once I'm done with that, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna click here saying download, and I'm gonna click on download, and you're gonna see my book cover is going to be downloaded instantly, right? So you can see here I'm waiting for this button here. It should be on PNG, right? When you're downloading, just make sure it's on PNG, and boom, I'm gonna click on download, and you're gonna see my book cover getting downloaded just now, right? You can see here it's saying preparing your design, right? Okay, the book cover is actually getting downloaded right now. You can see here it's saying downloading file, but under normal circumstances it's not supposed to take so much time, but I don't know why it's taking so much time. So I can just click here on download and try to check, okay, how fast it's downloading. It's saying 33 seconds remaining, 39 seconds remaining, and stuff like that. So you can see, I don't know why it's taking so long. Maybe it could be because of my network, it could be because of bad network and stuff like that. All right, so while I'm waiting for this book cover to be downloaded, I'm gonna continue here with my presentation, right? So you can see I've actually showed you guys how to actually create your book cover with Canva, as easy as that, right? So you can see it's saying this is an example of my work, right? So you can see this is actually the book that I took time to design, and you can see how good the book cover is. It's saying 21 lessons from the 21 old, and the background is black, and you can see my name down there, Emmanuel Kateta, right? So you can see it's saying the 21 life secrets that most people learn after 65. These are life lessons that usher you into all kinds of prosperity. All right, this is the book that I'm actually currently working on, right, and grinding on, right? And when the book is released, it's gonna be on sale on Amazon and in Book World and whatever other other publishing companies that I'm gonna approach, right? So this is for this book, all right? So you guys can actually pre-sale this book and try to read out my content, how I'm actually compiling this book when it's done, right? So you can actually place an order if you want to buy this book at pre-sale. It's actually 40 kwacha for ebook and 200 kwacha for hardcover. So if you're gonna need this book, guys, the book is actually available, right? So doing your own research before writing, okay? This is what I teach, okay? Ensure that you conduct a thorough research before writing your book. Know your audience, your niche, clearly understand how to sell your way through life, okay? So I already talked about knowing your niche. I already talked about identifying your audience. I talked about clearly understanding how to sell your way through life, okay? Maybe I didn't talk about this one. So how do you get to sell your way through life, okay? You as a human being, you're a brand, all right? So you need to start building your brand. People need to see you as an authority in your industry, all right? So if you are actually in the relationship niche, okay, start doing something about relationship. It could be, you know, as small as, you know, teaching about relationships on the internet. You can actually open a Facebook page about and start teaching about relationships. You can open, you know, a YouTube channel and start talking about relationships. You can actually do a whole bunch of things, okay? And in the end of the day, as you are growing your audience, you can now tell people that you've actually written a book about relationships, and they can get to buy your book and know more, learn more from you, okay? Just that is how you actually build authority in your industry. If you're all about developing skill sets and, you know, building income sources like me, you can talk about that. If you're all about, you know, healthy, you can talk about healthy. You can talk about how to eat healthy foods, how to actually cook healthy foods, and whatever it is that you teach, okay? If you can also talk about, you know, remedies, you know, you can talk about herbs, you can talk about how to make your skin glow, you can talk about a whole bunch of things, right, in whatever industry you're in. But what I advise you guys is that stick to one niche, stick to one sub niche, and, you know, and sharpen it over and over and over all right? Don't actually be a shiny person whereby today you want to talk about relationships, the other day you are talking about personal development and growth, and the other day you are in the healthy niche, right? Like, that is so confusing. People won't be able to identify you in the end of the day. So you must actually stick to one industry that you talk about and stick to it for long, right? So before I close, guys, I remember in the beginning of the session, I told you guys that I'm actually going to give you a more like a bonus and stuff like that. And wait, I'm gonna give you those bonuses right there, guys. So the next session will be on how to get your book and brand known, number one, and publishing your book on Amazon and other publishing firms and other sessions, okay? I'm gonna talk about these things here in other sessions, right? So you can actually contact me here. This is my WhatsApp line. If at all you are actually a person who has already paid for this authorship training, well and good, you can just use this WhatsApp line for, you know, for queries. If you have got questions, there's something you didn't understand and stuff like that, you can use this WhatsApp line to actually contact me. But if at all you haven't actually paid for the authorship class and you want to be part of the authorship class, you can text me here and say, hello Emapreneur, I actually want to be part of the authorship class. Please give me details, okay? Do it as soon as possible before slots are done, before I close all my slots, because I'm going to be closing my slots after like 5 people pay, because I've got a bunch of people to actually train, okay? Apart from this authorship class, I also have another mentorship class where I teach people a whole bunch of skills. So just to maintain that balance where I'm able to handle all of you guys, it's important that now I close some slots, right? So be among the early birds. That's what I can advise. Okay, so the next part is getting my authorship mentorship class. If you haven't yet, that's what I'm talking about. Spaces are limited. To save yourself a slot in this mentorship, make your own payment as a commitment to get started now in depth, right? So congratulations. I'll send targets in the group specifically for this session that we have covered. I'm gonna be sending you guys our targets for this session that we have actually covered. All right, I'm gonna send you when you should be done creating your Facebook cover. I'm gonna send you the second target is actually how you can start pre-selling your book with just the cover, how you can start pre-selling the book while you are writing the book on the back end, right? That is the second target, and many other targets. I want to send them to you, right? So congratulations to you guys who've actually come to the end. It has been a marathon, but the journey continues, right? Remember, we still have a whole bunch of sessions coming soon, right? So stick along with me with those sessions. But for now, I want you guys to digest this information I've given you right there. Make it part of you. Get used to this knowledge. Make it something that is automated in you. Okay, something that you can actually even if somebody wakes you up from bed, you already know how to explain it. Okay, so digest on it. Learn more. If there's any part at all that you didn't get clearly, that you didn't understand clearly, guys, go through the video, try to listen clearly, try to pay attention and listen again and again until you grasp the information. If I tell you feel you still don't understand, no wonder I'm there, guys, to help you, to get you understand, right? So entrepreneur, author, okay, write and tell your story to the world. Okay, WhatsApp me on this line, right? This is my WhatsApp line again. So again, to those of you that haven't yet paid for the authorship session, guys, I'm telling you right now, be among the early birds before slots are closed, because in the groups I've already closed down some of the slots for my other mentorship programs, but now I'm thinking of the authorship session. I'm gonna be closing it down, right? So guys, here are the bonuses to those of you that paid for this authorship training. All right, the first bonus is that I'm gonna create a number one. I'm gonna create a PLR books. Okay, by PLR I mean these are private label rights books that I'm gonna create. And some of you guys will feel, okay, me, I can't write books and stuff like that. I'm gonna give you those books, guys, as your own. You're gonna be authorities of those books. It's more like I write a book and I design book covers and stuff like that, and I give them to you guys. You edit the book cover, you edit the name and put in your name, and make the book your very own with the content that I personally have written. Okay, those are PLR books, private label rights books, whereby I give you the rights, guys, to make changes in by the books. I'm gonna be creating some of my books and make them your own. All right, so this is what I'm gonna give you guys as a bonus. And the second bonus I'm gonna give you guys is that when you write your very own books, guys, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to advertise your books on my platforms. You're gonna advertise your books on my WhatsApp, advertise your books on my YouTube, advertise your books on my Facebook, on my Facebook page, right? And run ads to reach out a bunch of people that can potentially buy your books. These are the offers that I'm gonna give you. And the third thing, guys, I'm actually creating a system. All right, it's gonna be more like an affiliate system for all of you guys. And this system, guys, is gonna help you to actually get started reselling your books, and where you also bringing people to help you sell your books and get commissions for that. So I'm creating that system, guys, and I'm gonna give you that system completely for free. Okay, so these are the bonuses that I was talking about. So this is gonna be very, very super easy, guys, for you to actually get yourself a book, for you to actually write your own books, for you to actually start pre-selling your book, because if I don't do it, Emapreneur is gonna do 90% of the work, and I'm gonna get his work and make it as mine and start selling my books, right? So let me just shock you guys with a mathematical, a logical thinking, right? So if at all you sell your your free books, all right, if at all you are selling your books at 30 kwacha each, right? 30 kwacha, very, very easy to sell, very small, very, very small, right? So if you're selling your book at 30 kwacha and you get 10 people to buy in a day, that is like 30 times 10, that's like 300 kwacha made, right? That's not a joke. 300 kwacha made. So if you can do that even 3 times in a month, that's like 900 kwacha made, right? So if you can do it again 3 times the following week, that's like 1,800 kwacha made. You do it again, that is how you can potentially make money selling your books, right? Doing it this way. So now, guys, I'm gonna check out the book the cover that I designed, and I'm gonna see if it's done downloading, and I'm gonna show it to you right there, guys.